You know, just recently, I saw on the internet someone new is giving lessons in how to do the classic pass, and I was watching. Uh, as they were going into the lesson, they would literally, not the lesson, but in the trailer, they would literally, you would see them lift up like this and then go into the pass and then talk about the invisible pass and how they were going to teach it. And it just reminded me of something I wanted to share with you. All that we ever see when we see the classic pass or any pass really is two halves. We just see that second half. As soon as you see the card broken, you know that there's two halves, and that's really all that seeing the pass is. That's why most of the time people try and cover either the corner going or they try and cover the shift coming around the other side, and hopefully they try and cover it from as many angles as possible. But those are the two key moments that people are trying to cover. Now, the thing you have to remember is the game is won or lost long before you ever get to those two phases. Once the packet's going, the shift is already beginning, and the battle is actually won or lost during the lead up. So the moment the audience sees you do this, they've just seen two packets. They've just literally seen the pass. It's just the same thing as them seeing this and seeing the actual shift beginning. So it's very, very important if you want to do the pass correctly, or if you really want to do any card control naturally, even simple card control, that when you get a break, no one sees you lifting up, or no one sees the two separate halves. Now today I just want to share with you a very quick notion on how to get a break without having that to be seen. And it's just the idea that when you are here in these two hands, a lot of people have a real issue bringing their hands together. And you see that as I brought my hands together, there's a triangular space that appears between the cards just from the position of my left fingers naturally being where they are, coming together. Now just even shutting that, once it appears like that, shutting that thing down and making it so it's as though it was never there is actually quite a bit harder than it looks. So today I just want to give you a very small exercise to help you learn how to put the two halves of the deck together without causing that space to appear in between them. So the real secret here is, as you're bringing your right hand in with its spread to the left hand cards, you want to literally let your left thumb rest on the upper left corner of those cards a little, and then you can lower your left fingers. Now that means as the right hand cards come onto the deck, they're literally flush with the cards, no space at all, because as we've said, once you have that space appear, very, very difficult to make it disappear. So as I'm bringing the cards together, I literally use my right fingers to just jog, and you can see it just a little bit now from this position, to just literally pull that bottom card back just a touch. Now these cards go flush onto the deck, and now the entire deck gets squared into the left hand without any visible breaks of any kind. And as we should all know by now, having this jog here makes it a very simple matter to, as you naturally square the deck, notice the cards aren't completely squared front to back, so you have that natural moment to literally just square the cards like that. As you do that, let that back edge hit the joint of your thumb and lower the pack away from it. Notice you don't lift up at all, like that fellow with the new pass video is doing. You just want to put your thumb right there. You want to lower your hand away just enough to get that break, and then square everything up. But once again, when that space never appears at the front edge in the first place, it's a lot easier to cover than trying to have that space appear and then attempting to shut it down naturally. That's a lot harder to do.